What is up, beautiful people? Welcome once again to Clothing. Welcome to another wonderful video. I was just playing around with this and we want to make this a vegan top. If this is something you're interested in, please do keep on watching and let us begin. Okay, for us to work on the pattern for this top, we actually need our bust circumference. The bust circumference we're going to be working with is 38 inches, right? So we'll put that one place. And then you need to decide how many panels you want this blouse to be. I'm going to be using 8 panels for this blouse. So now that we've gotten our bust circumference that we'll be working with, your paper, the paper you have, you can fold it into two so that we can cut the panels on fold, right? Now, the number of panels I want for this particular top is 8 panels in total. That means I should be having 4 panels for the front and 4 panels for the back, right? Since we know that, we're going to then use that 38 inches, whatever bust circumference you have, divide it by 8, right? Because that's the number of panels we're going to be using. So 38 divided by 8 is 4.75, isn't it? And if we mark 4.75, that's fold our measuring tape 4.75, we should be having 238. It was going to be 238 inches, and I'm going to use 238 inches for the width of my the panel at the top. 238, and I'm going to let this 238 also stand with my sewing allowance. You know why? Because this thing is going to be starting on the chest, and obviously the bust circumference and the chest circumference are two different measurements. Okay, so that's why I can still use this 2.75 and it's still going to work because it's going to include, 238 inches. It's still going to work because it already includes the sewing allowance. Now the next thing we're going to do is the length of this top. This is almost like an off shoulder top. That means if your top length is about 22 inches or 23 or 24, depending on your height, you do not just place your measuring tape and say, oh, up to 22 or 23 or 24. No, because this thing is not getting to the neck. It's being cut off, like it's like a spaghetti strap kind of thing going on at the top. So it's starting from the chest area. That means I'll just move my measuring tape to start from 5 inches right here. And I'll place it till I get to about 22 inches. I want this top to just be 22 inches long. And then I'll include the hem allowance, which should just be half an inch. So I'll do 22.5 inch. I'll rule that line there, 22.5 inch. After which, I'm still going to mark this 238 inch that I have up there. I'll mark it at this point, 238. And then from this point is where I'll put my extension. I'll just be extending by 3 inches for the cone. Okay, so I'll now connect these 2 points together. And then you don't want it to be sharp. We'll just curve it this way. So we are cutting this out. So at this top, we can just chop off just a 1/4 inch, just a little. So this is what we'll be having when we want to cut the panels for each of the pieces. We're going to cut 8 panels for the outer fabric, for the one you can see. We're going to cut 8 of the stay we are going to be using, and then we're going to cut 8 panels again for the lining. That means in total you should be having 24 panels of this. 8 for the main fabric, 8 for the stay, 8 for the lining. So let me quickly cut and come show you up. So I have 8 pieces of this basted with the stay already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of this. And then I have 8 of this just with the lining alone. I'm going to be using the same fabric for the lining. So I have it all cut out. 8 pieces as well. Together 24 pieces because I cut this one to 8 pieces. Now we have this regular bone. I want to show you how we're going to use the boning to bring out the shaping. We're going to take these bones. You know that it's facing this way naturally. These bones, they are like this already. So we are going to be putting it right here at the bottom. I'm not going to sew it on the main fabric. I don't want you to show there. Okay, so I have sewn one of this here. You can see it. It's just to hold it on the sides like this so that it stays put. That means that for the other bones, what I'm doing is I'm taking this, taking the regeling, and I'm placing it where I want it to be and just chopping off, like cutting it off. Remember, it used to be this way. Once I place, I measure and I chop. So I'll take it to my machine. Instead of sewing it this way, I'm going to just hold on the two sides. So we've done this and this. Then we put one right here. So that's practically it. If you still want to put one here, fine. If not, this is okay. And it's going to give it the cone-like effect. All you then need to do is press all these things, press it so that it stays in place, right? Iron it so it stays in place. You can use your steam iron. Once it stays in place, we'll come back for the next steps. Okay, so we have successfully put the boning. I've put the boning all through the 8 panels that have the stay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is now start turning each of these panels with the lining, okay? So I'm going to take this one, place it right here at the bottom, and sew the bottom together. Once I've sewn it, I'll turn it so that this thing is enclosed and sew the sides. The sides will be exposed. So we're going to sew each of this panel together with its lining. So this one will be sewn with its lining. This one will be sewn with its lining. This one with the lining. Every piece of this panels will be sewn with each of these linings to then shrink everything back to 8 pieces. So that's what we want to do. Let's go over to the sewing machine and sew that up. All right, so we want to join up the panels. We then need to separate it, 4 for the front, 4 for the back. So I'm going to take them in pairs, matching up this inseam, like this part here. The part with the boning sewn on it, that's the front. And this one that is just soft, the cloth, that's the wrong side. So I'll just match it and sew it on the wrong side. So we have joined up the 4 panels, and this would then be the back the back piece of the cloth, and then we have the front. Let's go to the cutting table so that we can cut the armhole. All right, so we have our front and back. So this is how you have the panels this way. It's almost like the harmonica. Anyway, that's not why we're here. So placing right side on right side, showing you the wrong side. We are then going to mark the armhole. Okay, so let me quickly explain how I cut this armhole because I didn't know it wasn't recording. From that part that was together, all you just need to do is to put your measuring tape there because it was a straight line this way. Remember, it was okay, so it was straight this way, right? So I placed my measuring tape on that 5 inches mark this way and measured up onto 8 inches, then drew a curve this way, just subtracting about 2.5 inches from that edge. So I curved it to cut the armhole for the two sides, right? I never knew it wasn't plain. Sorry about that. Okay, so now that we've cut the armhole for the two sides, all we do is get an Ankara strip and then we use it to turn from the armhole and this chest area so that it's not going to be prickly and giving you unnecessary discomfort. So once we turn it, we can join the side seams up and then put our strap at the top. So that's just about it. Let me do all of these things, and the next clip you'll be seeing is the finished look of this top. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you so much for watching. Guys, I made an Avagan top with the panel cones, okay? I just was curious, wanted to see how it looks, and I got this. Got this. What do you guys think about it? Well, I like the way it's just giving me coverage and unique and different. Okay? Yeah, so let me know what you think, guys. Something you'll try for fun or not. I'd love to read from you.